What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Halucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee. I'm sorry. I had something up and a lot of moving graphics. Anyways, welcome back to another Smack Talk. I'm doing the Smackdown here on Monday. Yeah, go figure. I got the mic that's not really mic'd up, but we do what we do anyways. So Smackdown was the draft. There was 3 matches on the card. Um, They were all good, solid matches, but it was basically just based around the draft. A lot of interesting choices. Uh, some that I got right, but not in the order. Some I got right, but not in the not on the night. So if you can look, there's a lot of scratches here. I got the check mark is the ones I got right. So I got that one right. That one I got them down here right. So according to this, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got 7 right. I got 7 correct. I think they did 20. Out of the 20, I got 7 correct. Out of those, only 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically, I technically got 8. It's a whole thing. Oh no, because she's going on the other brand. So never mind. So 5 I technically got right on the right night, and like only 2 of them I got um on spot on, and that was Roman and Solo going to SmackDown, the number 1 draft pick for SmackDown. And for Raw, I said the number 1 draft pick would be um Cody, and it was Cody. A little surprising for number 2 SmackDown. Uh, this is obvious that they would do this, of course, because of course. Um, So they did SmackDown Raw, SmackDown Raw, SmackDown Raw, SmackDown Raw, which I think last year they did SmackDown Raw, Raw, SmackDown. So Roman Reigns solo goes number 1 for SmackDown. Cody goes number 1 for Raw. Number 2, SmackDown chooses Bianca Belair, Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair. And I thought she was going Raw because she was Raw Women's Champion. So I was like, oh, she goes to Raw. That makes sense. It didn't happen. Sense doesn't make sense here. And then number 2 was Becky Lynch, who I put on Raw, but I think I put her at number 2 for night for that's coming up today. So I got her on Raw, but I just the wrong time. Um, so those were the first rounds. Triple H that came out. He said everything's gonna change. He's gonna shake it all up. He said that I think I'll do my handy dandy notes right here. Because I know he said something I forgot. Um, I don't remember what he said. Oh, this is what he said. He said the post-draft roster will officially go into effect Monday, the 8th after Backlash. Yeah, so even though that this is going to happen now, there's going to officially go into effect on Monday or like after Backlash, so next Monday. So they could do something. They could do something crazy. They could do SmackDown goes to or SmackDown goes to SmackDown. Bianca goes to SmackDown as Raw Women's Champion. I'll talk about something else that happens later. But Io Sky can take the Raw Women's title from her and be on Raw. Split up Damage Control. They could do. They could put Rhea on SmackDown. They could put Rhea on Raw. Uh, 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 Io could take the title from Bianca. Zelina could take the title from Rhea. I'm just saying. But that was good stuff. The matches on here: LA Knight versus Pete Butch Dunn. Solid match. I liked it. Um, the crowd really loves them. Some LA Knight. Yeah. Yeah. Love them some. Yeah. LA Knight. Love them some of him. He did a nice superplex on Butch for two, and I think he won with I think it's the like the old dirty deeds. He got that, so that was great stuff. And then they also showed that because Michael Cole was on commentary, he was like, "Oh, I bet you think it was like, oh well, this is the random matchup, but it's not." And they showed a clip from I think Smackdown lowdown thing that they did last week, where uh, uh, LA Knight was on the mic. He was just talking trash to everybody. He was talking trash to Butch, and Butch like went to attack him, and that's how the match started. How it happened. Next up, um, I guess I'll talk about this part of the draft too because it all makes sense. Um, Number three, the Street Profits. They choose, of course. Oh, SmackDown chooses the Street. Dang it! I'm giving up all the spoily doilies. I saw the Pat Prophet's name, but his Prophets go to SmackDown because obviously Bianca's on Raw. They're doing the real stuff with the tag teams now, so Prophets go to SmackDown with her. Raw for number three, they choose Edge. Um, I think I had no, I didn't. No, they didn't. No, I'm sorry. No, they didn't. I lied. I thought they was gonna choose Edge. They chose Imperium. They chose Imperium. My bad. That's my B. They chose Imperium for SmackDown chooses Edge, and Raw for number four chooses Riddle. So that's good. Good stuff. So Street Profits come up, big reaction. Everybody loves them. Street Profits. They have a triple threat match against LWO and Strowman and Ricochet. I really wish that Ricochet and got pinned by LWO. I think LWO was great, but LWO didn't get pinned in this, so we'll take what we can get. Street Profits, of course, won because they just got there. They pin um, my boy Ricochet, which is good stuff. Um, while they did that, I think RVD was a guest. He was a guest, and I think Michael Hayes was. And now that you think about it, Hayes, RVD, Weed, chose Riddle. It was a whole thing, I guess. But yeah, Michael P.S. Hayes announced SmackDown and RVD announced Raw. Uh, Good match. This gets into the what we're gonna maybe see when they finally split those tag team titles because I think they're gonna do that and they should do that, especially if they have who I think they're gonna have on SmackDown and Raw. But we'll talk about that again later. Um, Also, when Matt Riddle was doing, or RVD was calling Matt Riddle's name, I think he had the the thing backwards, so that was hilarious. Next up, the final match that we saw was Zelina Vega versus Sonya Deville. They had like a nice solid little package. Zelina Vega representing LWO. Finally, somebody gets an actual win from LWO. We like those. Keep them going. More LWO wins. We like those. But Zelina caught Sonya with like a roll up, and then from behind, uh, Rhea Ripley attacks. She tries to hit her with the Riptide, but Zelina counters with a dope DDT um, to get the crowd on her side. I like it. And she came out with a dope outfit thing. The crowd really liked her. She didn't have the LWO music, but the crowd still popped for her, which is good because she's fantastic. And more of Zelina Vega 101 matches, more LWO wins, please and thank you. We like those. So that That was and there was a main event, but we'll talk about that in a second. So who was next? I think after that, Teddy Long was representing Raw, even though he was a SmackDown general manager, and JBL was representing SmackDown. As long as Red and SmackDown champion, at the modern era at that time, I guess we'll respect it, or SmackDown history, or whatever he used to say. Um, so number 5, the fifth pick, JBL says that SmackDown chooses Bobby Lashley, which was good for him. Number 5 for Raw, Teddy Long says that Raw chooses Drew McIntyre, which is also fine. And then number 6, I chose right, but I chose on the wrong night. Um, SmackDown chooses the OC. And then number 6, Raw chooses the Miz. Yes, it says Miz. Cool. Good for him. Okay. Good for Miz. So yeah, good stuff. You got Bobby Lashley also in that main event picture with Roman Reigns with Edge. So that's good stuff. Um, yeah, and with AJ too. With AJ too. So um, Roman got him some fresh. Well, not Edge. Yeah, I guess Edge. Hasn't been stacked in like 2 years. So maybe he thought, well, I got everybody beaten on a whole new brand. I gotta beat new people. So he got Lashley, who's never beaten him yet. Um, Edge, who he hasn't beaten in 2 years, and AJ Styles, who hasn't this version of Roman Reigns he hasn't beaten yet. So he has time. I think, hey, for me, personally, I'd be like, hey, give me, um, I guess, Edge at Night of Champions. Edge at Night of Champions. Give me actually because they do not. Oh, Money in the Bank. So give me. You know what you should. You know what you actually really should do. Since I think since Imperium's now on Raw, I say you put the bet on AJ. Honestly, you put it on AJ or at Lashley. You can do a little mini Lashley AJ feud for the U.S. title. You bring back Cody on SmackDown. Let him win Money in the Bank. Maybe AJ becomes U.S. champion, and then Roman, um, you know, gets dethroned by Cody. Do Cody and AJ as like OC Bullet Club things with them. That's what I would do personally. It's too sweet me guns me up. That's what I would do. But speaking of OC and AJ Styles, they came out. I was kind of confused for like 2 seconds because I forgot that was their music. Crowd reacted mostly to AJ Styles. I think they would have played his music, like played AJ Styles music and not like OC music. Probably would have got a way bigger pop. They was like, "Doom, they don't want none." The crowd would have like, AJ Styles is back. But it's with the OC, so you gotta kind of understand. I would change the OC. I'd change OC's music. I don't like it. It's not good. It's not gonna get a pop. Well, I mean, it'll get a small pop, but if you want like I get new music for the OC. I get like Dark Bullet Club type music. That's what I would do. But they came out. AJ Styles got a mic. The crowd, AJ Styles, because they love them some AJ Styles. But then the Viking Raiders come out, tough. And he was like, I see you guys. Okay, very smart. There's 4 of us. You try to be big dogs. Roman Reigns was a big dog. He was like, you trying to be big dogs. He was like, okay, well, boys. Well, he said OC. He's like, I'm just gonna sit up on top of the top rope. He said, handle your business. They beat the brakes off of the fucking ready. Beat the brakes off of him. That was tough. That was tough. I like those. But yeah, they beat him up. It was like, we're here. We're not here to play games. We're here to send a message. Too sweet me, baby. And they too sweeted each other. And they went to leave. And as soon as they was about to leave, AJ Styles was like, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Boom. Hit him with the phenomenal forearm on Ivar. Ivar. Phenomenal forearm on Ivar. So that was great stuff. We like all of those. Um, yeah, so AJ Styles was like, 4 against 3, you're smarter than you look, which is hilarious. AJ Styles said SmackDown, we're just getting started. Yeah, it was great stuff. So before we get to the main event, the final picks of SmackDown number seven final. SmackDown chooses Damage Control, which I actually predicted that they would go to SmackDown, but I actually had them higher. I had them at like the I had them the one before, so I didn't know OC was getting drafted. I thought they was going to get drafted next week or on Monday, which is actually today. So I had Damage Control for 6, but it was not them. And then for 7 for Raw was Nakamura, which is good stuff. Get him in that world title picture. I also had him for Raw, but I had him for today for this draft pool. And then by the way, as I say these last two, DX, Road Dogg Jesse James, and Shawn Michaels was the last two to draft them. And this is the shocker. This was the shocker part. So after HB Shizzle said Damage Control and Road Dogg said Nakamura, HBK was like, well, I'm not. It's saddened me to have to say this. I was like, I can't believe I'm going to say this. It hurts my heart. From NXT, the crowd already cheers. He said, SmackDown chooses the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, the Old Holy Union. I was like, say what? What? And you can really see like the face on like Alba Fire, like she really got like teary eyed. Isla Dawn was a little bit more composed than she was, but yeah, Alba Fire was like in shock. Like she was crying. I was so happy for me, and I know for a lot of people that like NXT and like Alba Fire, who was um dang, I already don't remember what her old name was. Uh, my girl, Alba. Now I'm just used to calling her Alba Fire, and I already forgot what her Haley Ray. Haley Ray. As soon as I saw the picture, I was like Haley Ray, who I loved. Oh, I loved me some Haley Ray. She's great, fantastic. Should have been on the main roster, but glad that she's going up there. She just be a tag team champion. And then Jesse Road Dogg was like, "Well, I didn't know it'd be possible for you to lose your smile twice in one." Wait, I gotta say she said. I don't know if it's possible for you to lose your small twice, but you might just have to tonight in Corpus Christi because Raw chooses the NXT Women's Champion Indy Hartwell. My boy HBK was just like how? Also, Indy Hartwell also got a little teary eyed. She also deserved it because she's fantastic. It looked like Grayson Waller was actually really, really happy for her, which was good. So at least tonight, Indy Hartwell she'll at least for tonight be NXT Women's Champion on Raw, which is good. Hopefully, honestly, if Indy's not injured, debut on Raw, have a match against, maybe Natalia. Maybe fuck it. Why not? Put the NXT Women's Championship on a line. Who cares? Put it on a line for the one night and have Indy, make a statement for Indy Hartwell, even though she'll probably lose it at Battleground. Oh, especially, speaking of losing stuff at Battleground. Losing stuff. Katana and Chance, who also should probably go to the main roster, said, "You guys are not leaving with those NXT Tag Team Championships, Women's Tag Team Championships. We challenge you to a title match on Tuesday." They said, "Fine." What if they? But what if Isla Dawn and Alba Fire win though, and then they still send Katana and Chance to the main roster? That'd be interesting, honestly. But anyways, that was the draft for that. So main event, um, Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Um, they come out after the first part of the draft. Triple H introduces the Usos. The Usos was saying, "Time for talk is over. We're about to do this for our tribal chief." Um, they did a thing where Jimmy J said that Rain hasn't answered any calls, like calls, text messages, flying pigeons, all that good stuff. And Sami Zayn is still trying to convince the Usos, like, you just literally said that he hasn't done all these things for you, and you still want to dedicate this win to him. It's not going to happen. You're going to lose, and nobody's going to be there to help you to pick up the pieces. Pretty much that's what it was. Um, and then Paul Heyman was in the background with Solo, and so the Usos was like, "Hey, come with us." And then Paul Heyman was like, "No, that's not happening. You gotta, try what you said. He wants you to prove this on your own." So main event happened. Of course, fantastic main event. It's just like the little teaser version of we got at WrestleMania, but still cool false finishes. They did a thing where the Usos did like a whole bunch of super kicks on Kevin Owens because he was on one foot. Sami Zayn was taken out, uh, uh, and then they was hitting like splashes and Samoan drops and all that stuff. But Kevin Owens was still kicked out. They was working on his leg bone. Um, uh, and then Solo Sokoa was there with Paul Heyman. He was like, "Hey, this is your time now. Your time to shine." And then he comes out there, but Matt Riddle interrupts just long enough. Maybe Riddle should have interrupted Solo Sokoa. Well, I guess he couldn't because he was being a big surprise. But just enough for them to try to hit the 1D, but uh, Sami Zayn took out Jay Uso, threw him on ring steps, stunner, tag, haluva kick on Jimmy Uso, 1, 2, 3, and still WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. So that's great stuff. We like those. So that was SmackDown. I thought SmackDown was fantastic. There was more. Um, there was more drafts for SmackDown. They and Raw. So after they did a SmackDown lowdown thing, where SmackDown also required Hit Row and Lacey Evans. So for SmackDown, they have right now. Uh, oh, and also, oh my God, I just thought about this. Oh, I literally just thought about this. Um, Solo Sokoa, United States champion in that United States title feud. If I just thought, oh my God, I just thought about it. So SmackDown has Roman Reigns, Bianca Belair, Street Profits, Edge, Lashley, AJ Styles and OC, Damage Control, and um, Albadon, uh, Albadon, Unholy Union, Hit Row, and Lacey Evans. So for their females right now, they got Mia Yim. They will probably have, they have Bianca Belair. They have B-Fab, Alba Fire, Isla Dawn. They'll probably have Zelina still. I think they're gonna try to switch a rule on us. I think they're still gonna have what's her name? I think they're still gonna have Rhea over there. I think Ronda and Shayna probably still be over there too. Um, so they're getting stuff for their tag for the women's. They're building up the women's tag team division too. I think this is good for them. They have a good they have a good women's division right now. They have a solid tag team division. They have a really good. They have people for Roman right now. They have AJ Styles. They have Lashley. They have Edge right now. Um, and whoever I don't know who else will be coming over. I think Seth is going to stay on Raw because Becky's on Raw. Um, so Raw will have like for the new World Championship, not excluding Cody because Cody might actually also come to SmackDown. So not including Cody, you're gonna have Seth Rollins, you're gonna have Shinsuke Nakamura. You you might have Finn Balor if even if you don't have Finn Balor, you have Nakamura, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, um, probably Brock Lesnar. Uh, I can't think of anybody. Braun Strowman, maybe. They might put Braun Strowman in that world title picture, which will probably be okay for him. Um, Raw picked up um, uh, Raw picked up the Viking Raiders for that tag team division. Dexter Lumis, Candice LeRae, of course, because Indy Hartwell's over there, so that also brings a female tag team for them. JD McDonough, Zoe Stark helped that women's division. Apollo Crews, Natalia, and Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. So again, for the tag teams, for the women's tag teams, they're really building that. Sonya, Chelsea Green. They'll probably have Carmella join them too. You're gonna have Indy and whoever, Candice LeRae, Damage Control, maybe if there's still a thing. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. You'll have the tag team champions. So starting slow, but building, starting slow. They'll be fine for now. That mid card is gonna be crazy. Mid Gunther, Shinsuke Nakamura, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins. I mean, that's good stuff right there. That's money. And then for your mid card, you'll have uh and you'll have maybe Finn Balor if he joins. If Rhea and them are all on SmackDown. So you'll have 4 to 5 people. Depending, we don't know what they're gonna do on Raw tonight yet. And you, or if not, you can have Braun Strowman in that. You can have Braun Strowman in there because he was a former world champion. Your mid card division, you're gonna have Apollo Crews, JD McDonough. Um, you'll have either maybe Bronson Reed if he doesn't win the U.S. Title. Um, maybe Austin Theory if he's still over there. Um, Riddle. Riddle could be your top mid Carter person for the IC title. Maybe if Brawling Brute's over there, you'll have Sheamus. Sheamus can also be in the world title picture, while you have Pete Dunne in the IC title picture. If if reports are true, and Tyler Bates going there, you can have Tyler Bate and then maybe they bring back Trent Severin. You have the bruiserweights. Maybe they'll be a thing, and put them back together. Maybe you can have them in that title picture. Uh, you can probably put what's his name, Rich Holland, who whatever. You can put him in that title picture too, like the mid card title picture, I guess. Um, they said the New Day was supposed to be there, so we got the New Day. The New Day can be also in that tag team title picture, and Big E could be in that mid card title picture. So you have a lot of things that's going for them. Um, can't wait to see what they do today. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really interesting to see. But what do you guys think? That's all I got time for. I'll see you guys in the next one.